What is going on, you guys? My name is Rage and we are back today with a preview here of the Vision of Tomorrow event. As you guys can see, it's the life cycle event that's coming up here specifically. That's going to allow us the opportunity to unlock Viv Vision, fragments of her, as well as other characters. And so really for this video, guys, I want to break it down, especially if you're newer to the game, transitioning to mid-game and so forth, how you're going to be able to do that in the process overall, and how this is going to be looking here. But as you can see here, we're also going to get this chance to actually utilize these Iron Will trait characters. So keep in mind, these are the only ones that are going to be allowed to really maximize the true bonuses specifically for this event. So you go to events here. Right now, we can actually already preview the different stages. Generally, with these events, they run for about 14 days, which is 2 weeks. You can hit preview here, and it's going to break down into 3 different stages consisting of easy, hard, heroic. It goes without saying that obviously at the end of the day, if you're able to push through all the heroic with 5 Iron Will characters required, that's really how you're going to be able to maximize bang for buck in terms of the shards and fragments. Now, that being said, if you guys don't have Iron Will, the nice thing is the easy mode does actually allow you the opportunity as well to farm shards. The only thing is that you're gonna have to just go through and see how difficult it can be. Generally, it's pretty straightforward. Hard and heroic, they've definitely stepped it up in the last couple of times that the events have run. And I would say now comfortably, if you want to get through heroic, I would say you need probably about a team that's around 250,000 total combat power, and that's probably going to get you by. And as well, it needs the 5 Iron Will character traits, whereas with easy mode, at least, you won't have that. So you can likely, get through it much easier, but play it by ear. It's going to be very similar to what we already kind of see with the campaigns. This is going to open for us, essentially, a new mode here, kind of similar to campaign, like a chapter, and you can actually go through and actually farm the nodes, if you will. So what you want to do then is you want to farm from nodes all the way at the very end to left. That's generally what's worked for me in terms of maximizing the fragments. So if we were to pretend that this is going to be the start of that event, I would start with the very end here by farming, Hero 7-9, but in this case it's the life cycle, and then work my way down. Generally, I don't do any refreshes specifically on these nodes. Instead, I actually refresh my energy. So how you can do that is it's going to be like that yellow lightning bolt to the top right there. If you tap on it, it's going to allow you the opportunity to spend power cores to actually get you additional energy. It's not going to be this yellow lightning bolt though. In the past, what we've seen is like either a green or a purple energy that comes up. So this is going to be specifically for the event, and it usually caps out at 100. And guys, the reason why it's so important to go through that process is because I really want you to understand how you're going to be farming these events. Now, as you can see here on this spreadsheet, what we've seen typically in the past is that this is the overall summary in terms of how many times I've refreshed and essentially the characters that I've gotten as a result. So you can see as of late, the 4x50s with a couple of refreshes more, and after the 50 cores, it costs 100 to refresh. Generally, after the recently in the previous events with Phantom X and Valkyrie, it's definitely gotten better with the RNG. I've been able to unlock 5 yellow for both of them, and really minimal in terms of being able to use power cores. And keep in mind, if you're refreshing 4 times a day, 50 power cores, that's going to be about 2,800 in the span of 2 weeks, right? And you can definitely get that back if you're being active in arena and generating that, but that's usually where I would recommend, guys, if you want to aim for a 5 yellow, 4 yellow, or it might be at the end of the day a little bit of RNG, but bare minimum, I think we're going to have a really good chance here to get a 4 yellow if you refresh it 4 times a day. And then depending on the luck drops and how many fragments you can get of her, that could potentially lead you ultimately to unlocking a 5 yellow. So that's going to be my game plan there. I'm probably going to play by ear and aim for that 5. And I've seen with these events now, they are definitely more reasonable. As you farm these fragments, however, too, they're going to be, formulating these orbs, and it's actually in the orbs that you're going to be able to get fragments of her. So these fragments turn into orbs. If you go to orbs here, and I believe it's actually called the Iron Willed Orb, as you can see, showing a picture of both Viv Vision and Vision. If you hit get here, we can actually already see the breakdown. You hit the I, additional details, and you can actually take a look at the other rewards here. And you can pretty much see, other rewards, and you can pretty much see all the other characters that are going to be common here. So you can see overall, a lot of these characters are also the same ones that are going to be eligible for us to use due to them having the classification of Iron Willed. So honestly speaking, this is pretty underwhelming in terms of the variety, because most of these characters, actually I believe all of them are actually farmable in the game. So really it's Viv Vision that's going to be the prize asset here to go through with these Iron Willed orbs. So that's the rundown, guys. That's what I would recommend in terms of, how many times to refresh per day. That's the breakdown of the event and how it's going to be similar to a campaign. You just need to get through it to get shards. There's also going to be a milestone event that's running in coherence with this, so that way it allows you the opportunity to generate more orbs. We don't see the preview here, unfortunately, but it is available on the blog post that they just posted, so that milestone is going to be available for us to capitalize while we're doing this. And then last but not least, guys, I did want to just show you a quick overview in terms of the roster here that's classified as Iron Willed. So those of you that are sitting right now in mid game and trying to push for that heroic mode, this is where I think there's gonna be a good instance here to generate some strategy overall in terms of which characters and team combinations. High level though, I know I've been personally preparing for the War Scourge that's upcoming likely next month, and because of the heroes Asgardians being required, I think a lot of folks are gonna likely have this combination here of the Asgardians ready to go. So that's Mighty Thor, Valkyrie, and Heimdall. All three of them are actually part of that squadron that you can utilize, and more specifically Valkyrie, because we just saw that she did have her event recently too, so a lot of people will likely have her already unlocked, which is nice, but to be able to use her in combat now is going to be good. And keep in mind, guys, anytime you have an event like this, they're always going to give you the promoted character here as part of an addition to the attempt. So we're gonna have Vision actually probably joining us on the sidelines on top of the 5 characters we have. So she for sure is gonna have some synergies with Vision here. So if you guys have Vision built up, he's gonna have some natural synergy with her, being able to leverage each other and use that combat there. But otherwise, I also highly recommend America Chavez with Miss Marvel. Both these characters do a lot of damage, and especially Miss Marvel being able to soak up damage and tank as well. And both of them were required in the most recent Scourge unlocking Rogue, so a lot of players will likely have them built up as well, and having that synergy already getting value from those two would be good. As well, another tag team combination that's really powerful together is actually Gamora and Nebula. So especially those of you in the mid game, you'll know that if you're building the Infinity Watch, there's still a top 5 team in the game, usable in all game modes. So I mean, I highly recommend these guys. Gamora and Nebula, just the synergy they have with each other, the fact that they have revives and they can perform the assisted attacks with each other, and they also have some high offensive potency. So definitely those two I would recommend. I also see remnants here of the old power armor. So that's Iron Man with Ironheart and War Machine. I don't have them built up, so I likely won't utilize them, but we also have Silver Samurai mixed in with Lady Deathstrike too. So those two can be part of the formulating the Weapon X team. As you can see, I don't actually have them built up, so likely I'll be using Lady Deathstrike because she does have really powerful capabilities. I used her in Dark Dimension 5 as well and in my Doom raid, so for sure there's going to be value there, guys. Otherwise, that's pretty much the combinations I see right now that make sense, guys. Let me know what you think in the comments below. Everyone else, I wouldn't really recommend it just because this Iron Willed roster is a little bit more limited than some of the events we've seen, but hopefully it gives you guys some synergies there in terms of ideas to generate here for the notes. Good luck in the event, guys, and I'll catch you guys in the next one.